Hi, this is Megan Keene with Avid Artist Relations here in Austin, Texas for South by Southwest 2011. And I am here with co-directors Robert James and Ondi Timoner, who put together the documentary short Library of Dust that's playing in the film festival this year. So Robert, tell us a little bit about how the concept of this documentary came together.
Sure. A friend of mine told me about some photographs at a gallery that she saw, and she said they're very disturbing and they're very beautiful. Go now. So I did, and they were 6-foot tall photos of copper canisters of corroded human remains from unclaimed patients at a mental institute. And it haunted me like no other gallery show ever did, and it stuck with me for a year till I contacted the photographer personally, bought one of the photos, so I have a canister of ashes in my dining room, and got to know the story. And I was taking some film classes, got to know Ondi through Facebook. She's so lovely that she contacts people on Facebook back, and I pitched the story eventually to her about this crazy progression of mental illness that was going on at the Oregon State Hospital, and she loved it. I knew she would, and we decided to make the film.
You had just recently finished film school. You were taking film classes.
I only took like 5 classes, and everybody in film school said, just go work, and I found the queen of work here. And we've been going ever since. Yeah, I'm learning every single day.
So how did you guys tackle this subject matter?
The way I always tackle subject matter is to go and immerse in it. There's a certain amount of research and backstory, but really you've got to go, and one interview leads to 5 more, leads to 5 more. And so we went to Oregon, and Robert went up there first and did some filming, met some characters, got some recommendations of motorcycle.
Got access.
Just in case you didn't know. Yeah, got the access to the hospital that was crucial. And then I went, and then I was so busy. I was shooting the Honda stuff, which we did not cut on Avid, but that's not because I didn't want to, but cut. No, but I was shooting Honda, and I was putting Cool It out, and there was just a ton of stuff going on, but we found a good week to go to Oregon, and we really shot it in a week, which for me is crazy, to do something so short. But I immediately thought it was a short film because I wanted it to stay on that ethereal plane. I wanted it to be poetic, and I wanted it to be about emotions that come up in the audience, and that forced me to not get into all these specific stories, and that was really hard for me, actually. Like, there's this one current patient we interviewed named Rex Gorger, who stabbed a bunch of people, and he was unbelievable, and yes, and highly, highly intelligent, and highly fascinating the way he talked about Nurse Ratched. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was shot there, and it was an amazing interview, and we kept trying to go into his story. We got the archival and everything. Anytime you go into an individual story too deeply in a short, forget about it. So now we're developing a series. We have so much footage coming in from so many different sources, like we have a startup, and we have Libya and Gaddafi right now, and footage coming in different, formats coming in from 2 different cameramen, from 2 totally different cameras, progressive and interlaced. We have this HBO film that we're making that we've been in development on, that we've shot some of already. And then
your cousin walking across America.
Yeah, my cousin is walking across America for pancreatic cancer to raise $100,000. His story's amazing. We just have a lot going on, and everybody's just very, very inspired, but all these interns, and now they're moving into production coordinator, associate producer positions, and assistant editor positions. They all have to log that footage, and they all have to organize that footage into bins and all of that, and you just have to choose a system, and our system's Avid for sure. And it's just, editing to me is such a flow process, and people can talk to me, I can't even hear them. I'm just completely inside the Avid. And I could never do that with Final Cut. And I still, and to back me up on this, I ended up folding and going to Final Cut for Cool It. And my 2 editors on Cool It, my brother David Timoner, who edits Dancing with the Stars on Avid, and he and I learned to edit on a shuttle system at a public access station when we were Yale students, and then we both learned the Avid together. We're self-taught editors. We've cut a million things together, but we reunited for Cool It. He was in misery. The system crashed all the time. People were freaking out. I mean, I couldn't even, it was bad enough. The project itself was so weird as it was. And it's a good film, but it was such with a gun to our head from the producers, like, you have to finish this now. Like, the whole process was 9 months to shoot the entire feature and cut it. So everybody was working as hard as they could, but the systems kept crashing. That both editors, Deb Light, who's fantastic, who's a regular show editor in Los Angeles, Deb Light and David Timoner, getting them to shut up about how miserable they were on Final Cut was like a big part of my job description at that point. And I hated it too. So I would just say, I empathize, but we have to get through this. I mean, you come down the road at a certain point, you're stuck, you know? And I just couldn't wait to get back to Avid.
So Library of Dust, premiering at South by Southwest, when you guys found out about that, how was that feeling that you knew that it was going to be premiering here?
It's great. I mean, we love South by Southwest. I have so much history here. For some reason, he really wanted it to be at South by Southwest. Like, that was always his goal, and I was like, okay, we'll see if we make that, you know. But I've never premiered a film here. I've had Dig and We Live in Public play in the festival after Sundance. And I've shot for Capitol Records. I shot for 4 years, the music festival, and I shot Dig here with Anton. Like, I drove to Texas, and I mean, even my brother met his wife here when we were filming a show. I've met Lucinda Williams here, who I've worked with for years. So much history in this town. It's the best town there is. It's almost like a utopia for adults. I mean, it really is amazing. It's just one hang after another. It's like the movie Slacker was shot here. Major influence for me. And so, yeah, for us, we just discovered.
Yeah,
me and my brother, it was like the Bible. And so being back here, and I mean, we drank champagne at the Alamo Lamar through our entire premiere yesterday. I've never had champagne at Sundance during a premiere because they don't serve champagne in Mormon country in the movie theater, you know. And it's just a blast. There's so many facets to it, you know. And so we're really thrilled, and it looked awesome.
Yeah,
it looked fantastic yesterday. It was very impactful and moving.
And so, Robert, why was it particularly important for you that you wanted to premiere it here specifically?
Well, I'm a big music fan, and I've just always wanted to attend South by Southwest, you know, just to come here. And the DP we worked with is from Austin, and he was like, you know, you should really get a grip of how important South by Southwest is for film. And so I've been researching and looking at it. Ondi loves this festival, and I was like, if we could premiere at South by Southwest, that would be a dream come true. And it happened.
And here you are. Well, congratulations to you guys. If people want to see any more, follow what happens with Library of Dust, is there a website somewhere they can go to check it out?
libraryofdustmovie.com.
Perfect.
Or interloperfilms.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time. And stay tuned for more from South by Southwest 2011.
Woo!